beautifuls! Welcome back to my channel today. We have a very special unboxing because today we are revealing my palette, you guys. I literally could just scream. I am so excited. So today in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys my palette that I did a collab with Rasha B Cosmetics. We're going to be doing full swatches on this palette, and I have a bunch of tutorials for you guys as well. I also am launching all of this on my website today. So if you want to purchase this palette, it is available right now on my website. You can go online and order it for yourself. In addition, I have a couple of other products launching on my website as well. So we're going to talk about that today in the video. I have some products that I've been hand making myself that are going to be available. We just have so much stuff to talk about, you guys. So let's go ahead and get started and check it all out. So introducing the 4 Seasons eyeshadow palette. This is a collab with myself and Rasha B Cosmetics. This eyeshadow palette will be included in the Slay Glam box for January 2024. So all Slay Glam subscribers will receive this eyeshadow palette in their subscription box this month. But if you're not a subscriber and you would still like to purchase this, I do have some of these palettes available on my website. I do want to stress to you guys that this is a very limited edition, meaning once they are gone, I will not be making any more, and I do not have a lot. So I have some, and they are all here with me now. So if you order, I'll be able to get your orders packaged up and sent out right away. You will be receiving them directly from me. If you order on my website, you're also going to receive a couple of other goodies from me as well, like a thank you card and some other stuff. So they're all going to be packaged up by myself. And you guys, I'm so excited because I got like matching tissue paper. I got these really cute boxes as well to put it all in. So I'm just excited about everything. I put so much thought into every process. So here's what the palette itself will look like for packaging. 4 Seasons is the idea that I wanted to give you eyeshadow looks for the entire year. And what better of a time to launch this than in January, where you can start your year off right, and that way you will have eyeshadow looks all year long. So the tree is very symbolic because it is going to be representing every single season that we have. All of the seasons are beautiful to me, and I just feel like you want to bring out those colors that really inspire this eyeshadow palette. So this is seriously, so much thought has went into this, you guys. I hope you love it. I'm a little stressed. I even said this to Rasha. I was like, I don't know how you do this because what if people hate this or what if they don't like it? So I really hope you guys love the idea that I have with this palette. This palette is all cruelty-free as well. There are no parabens in this either. There will be 12 shadows inside, and there is also going to be a mirror as well. And then you're gonna have this gorgeous palette down below. Do you see the seasons? Well, just in case if you don't, I did label all of them as well. So this palette's designed to be worked vertically versus horizontally. So in every vertical row, you're going to see the season. So starting here, we have our spring season, our summer, our autumn, and our winter season. So here is your close-up of the shadows and all of the shade names. Now, again, every single name was inspired of something. There's a reason to everything inside of this palette. Now, one of the biggest things that I want to point out to you guys is I designed this palette to give you an eyeshadow look in 3 steps. So the way that I create eyeshadow looks is I first start with a transition shade. Then I move on to something that's a little bit brighter, bolder, or deeper to really focus on that outer V of my eye. That is going to be your second step. And last but not least, you're going to move in then with your shimmer. Now, what's great is all of these shimmers in the middle here are all going to be duochromes. This means that they will actually give you a couple of different looks when you put them down and you're in the sunlight. So it's awesome because with our pink shade here, it goes down pink, but in the sunlight, it actually is a bright white silver look. Same thing with our green. It's going to be green, but it has a little bit of yellow. So it's so much fun because you get more color than what you're expecting with those shadows. So to create a look with this palette, if you wanted to start with spring, you're going to start with your transition shade. So this is going to be a 1, 2, 3 step process, meaning you're going to start with step 1, transition, Step 2, bold outer V. Step 3, shimmer. Same thing for summer. We have step 1, transition. Step 2, bold outer V. Step 3, shimmer in the middle. Winter will be the same layout. We have step 1, transition. Step 2, bold outer V. Step 3 will be that shimmer in the middle. Now you'll notice I skipped over autumn. This is because autumn is a row that I feel like is very versatile. So that is why I actually flip-flop these shades. So it's kind of a reminder that you know, oh, I can do a couple of different looks with the autumn row. Now I'm going to show you guys that a little bit later on. I did do a tutorial showing both versions, but what's cool is you could do your transition shades starting down here with this bright orange color, then deepen it up with the cocoa shade on that outer V, and then lastly, put your shimmer in the center. Or you can flip-flop these two shades, start with cocoa as your transition, move into autumn as your outer V color, and then put your shimmer in the center. So that is why these are flipped here, so that way you'll remember that you can do 2 looks with that row. Now this palette is not just 4 looks and then you're done. So I didn't want you to feel like you got the eyeshadow palette and you could only create 1 look with each row. So I went ahead and put together a little bit more of a tutorial for you guys, showing you how to really take your eye looks to the next level. So if you want to go beyond the 1, 2, 3 step process, you can add a 4th step, which is layering these shimmers on top of each other. Again, I'm going to show you some of that in my tutorial as well when we get there, but just know that you have options with this palette. It's not only 4 looks and then that's all you get out of it. So let's go ahead and do some swatches here, and I'm going to kind of walk you guys through like my ideas behind these. So first I'm going to start with our spring row, and the first shade is called Orchid. This is a very soft pink color. This color goes down like a baby pink, so it's very soft, very light. If you want a more bold, intense look, you can layer on more pigment to do so, but I really wanted to keep this really light and fresh for that springtime vibe. Next up, we're going to actually swatch Spring. This is a very bold pigment. Now, it is a matte shade, and it's got a gorgeous pink hue to it. I wanted a color that was going to be bold, that you could work in that outer V that's going to give you a lot of that bright color. Now, I think this shade is absolutely gorgeous. It is one of those colors that I feel like could work with a lot of other shades as well. Even if you want to pair like pink and blue together, it makes a really great combo. Next shade we're going to swatch is Boo Boo. Now, Boo Boo is actually a dedication to my dog, Ellie. So I don't ever talk about her very much on the channel, but whenever I do talk to her, I'm always like, hey, Boo Boo, come here, or Boo Boo, I need you, or whatever it may be. I'm always calling her Boo Boo. So that is what I'm referencing with this shadow. It does not mean like an owie or anything like that. It's not that. It is more so the love for my dog, that's really what even though her name is Ellie, I always just call her Boo Boo. But I knew when I put it on this palette, I was like, yeah, everybody's going to wonder what in the world I meant by that. But that is the idea behind this shade. So this one reminded me of her because it is so vibrant. It's a beautiful duochrome that goes down pink, but then in the light, it turns into a white silver combo. Definitely very Barbie pink. There you can see that duochrome a little bit better. So it is pink, but you're still getting that silver shift. Moving on to our summer shades, we're going to first start with Meadow. Now, Meadow is a very soft green color. And once again, this is something that can be built up, or it can give you a very soft, glowing look. The idea with transition shades is it's giving you just a halo of color. It's just kind of like that glow of color that you have above your eyelid. It's not supposed to be a very bold shade. That's where you leave that outer V to be the really bold one. So the next one is called Summer, and this is our Summer Forest Green color. What's awesome about this shade is it actually has a touch of blue to this. It is a blue-green color. What I like about it is it pairs really well with the winter shades in this palette. So if you want to do a look that is blue and green, this is very complimentary of that. The next shadow is called Holy Bananas, which if you guys know me, Holy Bananas is always a phrase that I use when I am blown away by something. It's over the top. It's amazing. It is the most excitement that I can reach is a Holy Bananas moment. So this shadow to me is the Holy Banana shadow of the whole palette. It is the most pigmented in my opinion. It is stunning. It is what I'm currently wearing today. This eye look is all from our summer line. It is so good, you guys. It is a Holy Bananas eyeshadow. So this is what the swatch will look like here. It is this bright, vivacious green. This duochrome will have yellow inside of it. So it is a beautiful lime color and it is so powerful. Next, we're gonna move on to our autumn shades. So I'm gonna start with Cocoa, which is up here at the top. But again, remember, you can flip these around if you would like to do that. This to me is exactly like cocoa powder. You know the baking cocoa powder? It looks exactly like it. Just don't eat this one, you guys. But it is a beautiful brown color. It's a matte shade. It gives you a lot of great depth, but it's also going to give you some warmth to go along with those other warm shades for autumn. So the next one is called Autumn, and it is a gorgeous bright orange color. So again, I'm thinking autumn leaves. What are the colors that I would want to wear in the autumn time? This is definitely it. And honestly, you guys, I don't usually use the word autumn very often. I use fall more than anything, but I just thought, you know what? I want to be fancy. We're just going to go with autumn instead of fall for this palette. Next one is called Drip, and Drip, it reminded me of gold. And when I looked at this shadow, the gold was so brilliant that I was like, we are literally dripping in gold with this shadow. So that is why we named it Drip. Look at this swatch, you guys. Is it not stunning? So this is a beautiful golden bronze color. And again, look at how well they work together with each other. So you've got this really great complement that you're actually seeing the brown in the duochrome, that they just marry so well together. Now we're going to move on to our winter shades, and we're going to start with Denim. Again, Denim is a very soft transition shade. It is a baby blue color. I did not mean for this to happen, but I realized when I was experimenting with eyeshadow looks that you could easily create a gender reveal eyeshadow look with this palette, but that was not the intention at all. So you can definitely do something complimentary of like the pink and the blue because they're right on baby colors. And I was like, that was a surprise, was not an intention, but it's nice. It's a nice bonus. The winter shadow down here in the corner, it is a navy blue color. However, it is the only shade that is matte and has a slight silver glitter inside of it. It's not a lot, but you will notice it in the palette that there's just a little bit of silver glitter. It's designed just to give you some brightness to go along with this winter shade. So this is what that blue will look like. And last but not least, we have our Icicle shadow. Now, Icicle is a bright blue duochrome, but it will go down with a pink purple shift underneath of it. So this is why I say it works so well as a palette, because since this has the pink and purple in it, this lines up perfectly with your spring shadows. So you can actually mix and match. You could do a pink outer look and then put this shimmer on the inner, on the eyelid, and they will work together because of it having that undertone. I mean, look at that, you guys. Do you see how it just shifts in the light? Is that not stunning? So this is my 4 Seasons eyeshadow palette, you guys. But oh my gosh, I cannot wait to see what you guys come up with. But if you need ideas for looks, I have some tutorials. So I'm gonna show you guys now some different ways that you can use this eyeshadow palette. So starting with Orchid, we're going to put down our transition shade first. Now this is where you're going to build a halo all across your entire upper eye, and you really just want to blend that out. It is going to be a very soft pink color, not as bold as the other ones are, but it is designed to be that way on purpose. But next we're going to dive into our spring shade. This is where you're going to want to tap it into the outer corner first, put the most pigment in that corner, and then blend it towards your inner eye. But you really want to keep it bold on that outer edge. If you are doing a wing, you may want to draw it out like I do, where you're going to have more of a pointed V, but other than that, you're just going to want to keep it in the corner. So next we're going to dive into Boo Boo, which is our shimmer shade, and we're going to apply this directly on with our fingers. For the maximum shimmer effect, always apply with your finger. Now we're going to start with our summer shades, and starting with Meadow, we're going to put that transition shade down first. Next, we're going to apply the summer shade to that outer V once again. So starting in that outer corner, put down the most pigment there, and then slowly blend that outwards if you're doing an outer V wing, and then blend it slowly towards the inner eye corner. Now you want to make sure that that pigment mostly stays in place on that outer edge, so it should look like a V if it was turned on its side. But like I said, you really only need to pull this out if you are going to be drawing on wings. Otherwise, you may just want to do a rounded shape here. So next we're going to dive into Holy Bananas, and this is our shimmer. Now again, we want to apply this straight down with our finger. This gives us the maximum effect for our shimmer. If you do it slowly, you can blend it into your existing shadows very well. Just take your time with this, slowly apply it, and then you'll be able to get that really great shimmer look. Now we're going to move on to our autumn look, and starting with that autumn shade, I'm just putting this down as our transition color, which is all over the crease and slightly above that. Now you can apply as much as you would like to, depending on how bold of a color you would like to have. Next, we're going to go into Cocoa and apply this in the outer V. Again, pack in most of your pigment in that corner and then slowly blend it out towards your inner eye corner. Now we're going to apply Drip, and this shade is so beautiful. You will get the most pigment payoff if you put it down with your finger. Just go slow again, blend it out, and you're going to get this gorgeous autumn color. Now we're going to do the reverse on the opposite side, starting with Cocoa and applying it as your transition shade in the crease. Next, we're going to apply Autumn into our outer V, packing that pigment on and then slowly building this up. And you're going to notice it makes it a little bit softer. So it's really those outer edges is where you're going to notice the difference at. So if you want a softer golden eye look, then I recommend putting Cocoa first down as your transition. But here you'll see the difference that one is just a softer look than the other. Now let's create our winter look, starting with Denim as our transition shade. So we're going to apply this again all over the crease, and we're going to blend that out. Next, we're going to take our winter shade, starting in that outer V, packing in that pigment, the same method we've been doing, slowly blending this towards your inner eye, and then applying with your finger, once again, the shimmer for your eyelid. So you're going to go real slow. Look at that swatch, you guys. I mean, it is so bold. If you use your finger, you will get the most color payoff, just blending that in gradually. So this is what your winter look will look like if you follow my 1, 2, 3 step process. If you feel adventurous and you would like to do a 4th step, I have a couple of options for you. So this can work with any of the looks that I just showed you. We're just going to use the winter one since that's what I've got on my eyes already. I recommend going with either the spring or the summer. So I'm going to show you both, and you're going to do again another swatch right on your finger of that shadow, and you're going to apply it right over top of the blue that you've already put down. So this one is going to go right in the center of my eye, just like so. And I'm not covering my whole eyelid. I'm just placing it in the middle of the eye, and it's going to give you another level of dimension. It's really going to catch the light. So we're going to take a little bit of that green shimmer once again, and we're going to do the same thing and put it on just the center of my eye here, right over top of the blue that we had earlier. And this is basically giving you a halo eye, but when you add that green in, it gives it another level for another look. Now, believe it or not, this is not the only thing that I'm going to be launching today on my website. So you can go online and order the eyeshadow palette. I have them all here. But in addition to this, I decided to launch my very own lip balm line as well. So that is the other thing that you're gonna notice on my website is I have a couple of other products. The lip balms themselves are all handmade by myself, so they're not in collaboration with GLAM. They will not be a part of that subscription box, and they are not made by Rasha B Cosmetics. They are strictly my product. So this is something new that I have been, it's honestly something that I got into because I always lose lip balms. I buy them all the time, I lose them, and I always need them. My lips are always chapped. And then one day I was like, I have watched enough of these videos on Instagram and TikTok, and I'm like, why can't I do that? Why can't I make my own? So about 6 months ago, I started this process, and when I realized I had this eyeshadow palette coming out, I'm like, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna try it, and I'm just gonna see what happens with it. So these are officially going to be launching in 2 different scents. I am going to be featuring peppermint and buttercream frosting. Now on my website, I do have the ingredients listed for all of them and information about it as well, but they are 100% natural. They're all cruelty-free as well. The plastic tubes that they are in, I do purchase, but they're from a company that makes them all here in the US. They're 100% BPA free. You can recycle the tubes as well. The actual ingredients of the lip balm is made up of beeswax. There is cocoa butter in it, and cocoa butter is a natural SPF. It's SPF 6, so it's not a lot on these lip balms, but it will give you a little bit of protection just because it's a natural factor of cocoa butter. But yeah, it's a great blend of hydrating ingredients. I have all of the ingredients listed on the website as well. So if you guys are interested in purchasing some lip balm by yours truly, that is also launching on the website tonight as well. The only thing that did not arrive in time is my lip balm labels. I ordered these in, got them in, and they were a hot mess. I will tell you guys, they didn't look right, and I just did not like them. So I ended up canceling that order, went to somebody else, got a new order going. But because of the snow and all of the weather delays that have been happening, they've not arrived yet. And I just didn't feel like holding back on releasing the palette, releasing the lip balms because of labels. So I'm hoping the labels show up before I ship your orders out, but if not, just know you may receive a lip balm that doesn't have a label on it yet, but I'm hoping it shows up any day now. So until next time, beauties, have a great rest of your day. I hope you enjoyed my 4 Seasons palette, and I cannot wait to see what you guys think of it. I can't wait to see your eyeshadow looks. Make sure you tag me, by the way, or you can send them. If you don't want to post it, you can send it to me privately on Instagram as well. I just can't wait to see what you guys are going to come up with. I'm so excited, you guys. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will see you all in the next unboxing video. I'm gonna get busy packaging up your orders. I cannot wait for you guys to receive them. So have a good day, and I will see you guys soon. Bye!